look at this film we've got here, Mr. Harris. So I don't know what clip this is. You'll know immediately what we're looking for here. But I'm gonna pass the buck to
Yeah,
you, man, with Caden Daniels getting the ball here.
yeah. Just looking at the run. That's Daniels is
Excuse me, that's
that's
ball.
ball.
That's ball. My
Yeah,
fault.
yeah,
My
yeah,
fault.
yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, yeah. No, that's ball here. Just looking at the run here. This is some of the stuff Billy was talking about in the pressure, where it's saying just filling the wrong gaps on certain plays or whatever. I'm not sure what he did to get on the outside here, if it was either a screen or a toss or whatever that is. But if you go back a little bit from the beginning of the play, you can see we got two guys on the outside. You got Bridges here, and then we have what's number two's name?
Douglas. I think it's Douglas. CJ Douglas.
Douglas. Yeah. On that play right there, you like to see Bridges put more pressure on the ball. He has Hawkins on him. So you want to see him smash Hawkins really and knock him more into the backfield and make the play either bounce outside the two, but both of these guys shouldn't be outside. So you get both of those guys outside, you can kind of see where he breaks it up the middle there and makes good yards.
Yeah, and look, we're gonna play a clip later on where Billy talks about it was Caden Daniels, not Paul, but just reading the gap and busting through it with speed and just their vision on the football field.
Yeah.
Very exciting to hear about that. Just the excitement in this running back room. But this is kind of just another angle, I think, filling up the angle of that play that you were just talking about.
Yeah, and it's just about learning the run fits and being sure about where you're going to fit, because those guys are coming flowing from everywhere to help you. So just knowing where you should fit and taking that fit aggressively. I would have liked to see Bridges. You got Hawkins coming out there to block him. I'm sure we did a lot of movement to get that matchup right there. And it looked like it could have been a screen that he cut back inside, because you got, like I said, Hawkins blocking.
Oh, so that's okay. So that's Jakeem Jackson number 2. So Bridges is in front of him on Hawkins. Jakeem Jackson number 2, not Douglas.
Right. So so you got those two guys trying to make a play on the running back. That lets you know it's kind of like a screen or something where the ball kind of got out there fast. They brought 10 in motion to come get the extra blocking. We should just be smashing him, knocking him back into the running play,
disrupting the run
allowing Jackson to make the play.
And again, thinking that we've got Jakeem Jackson, it's got Jaden Ball here. You got to think it's probably make sure second and third string. It looks that's Badger there coming across for the block. I thought I was going to say Andy Jean, but forgot he gave up his number 6. So it's a mixture. Again, it's not just straight ones and twos that we're working with there. Let's take a look at this. This is Trayon Webb, so this is probably more of the ones.
Yeah. I put this play up just to kind of look, on the pressure. Billy said he had fun sitting back there in the back, being able to watch. And if you see at the beginning of this clip, if you run it back from the top, you see Billy back there with his eyes looking at Trayon get the ball. He can see that it's green out there. Billy just kind of observing. I thought it was cool to see him in the back, watching Trayon hit this corner. Obviously, he had a lot of green grass to run with. You can see the guys look at Lagway in the back, kind of watching him. And we always talk about Trayon's first step being different from our guy that just got hurt,
Montreal.
And so, Montreal. And so I think just watching the guys on the sideline, them getting a chance to see his speed. You can see the guy in the back, his face kind of like, ooh, nasty move. Got his face all scrunched up. But then if you go back a little bit more, you'll see like the teammates' faces watching the play. Guys are looking at all kind of, just watching them blaze down the sideline. And here we get our guy, 12.
Douglas.
What was the name? Yeah, Douglas.
Yeah.
Coming downhill, ready to make a hard play, not shying away from the contact. Really wanting to knock his block off, but you get Webb realizing, making a business decision, and putting his foot in the ground and, making a move. But I like Douglas coming downhill, forceful, ready to wrap up, make the play if Webb was to decide to keep going, making them make those hard cutbacks. I just like the way he was running to the ball, the effort and energy, trying to get there, knowing that Webb is running full speed, and then not shying away from the contact, making Webb make that decision. So.
For sure. And look, I mean, we were talking before the show. You kind of love to see Douglas go after it here. I think we talked about last year where guys really didn't seem to sell it out. And this is going to happen. You're going to go all in and you're going to get juked by that. I mean, it's tough because this is where the practice comes in, right? Somebody's going to lose the situation, and it's either there's never going to be two positives that come out of this. Always you try to find it, but there's going to be a growing point for somebody.
Yeah, and on a play like that, you don't score a touchdown. He has to come to a complete stop, hard stop. You don't score. You make
Someone's
that.
catching him.
That's a miss. That's a missed tackle, but you probably gonna roll out of bounds after that play.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and this year has gone by so quickly. What's something you're proud of in 2024? What is something that you still want to accomplish for the remainder of the year? I know it's going by so fast, but we still have time to go after your goals and knock those bad boys out. When life goes at you fast, it's important to take a moment to celebrate your wins, but also reflect on your losses. Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the remainder of the year. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Use the link in the description, betterhelp.com, and use the code Hightop to get 10% off your first month. What's fantastic about it is convenient, it's flexible, and it's suitable to your schedule. You take a little bit of a quiz. What that quiz is, it suits you up with a therapist that best suits you. Now, for any reason that therapist isn't kind of really the best thing for you, you can switch it, no cost at all. It's fantastic. And look, the best thing is it's all online. Hardest part about therapy is always finding time to go do it to make it happen, but there's no excuse. Right online, you both with your schedule, it's flexible. It's important to talk to somebody, especially if you're having some doubts of yourself, or again, you want to set those goals. So be sure to check out the link in the description, betterhelp.com, and of course, use the code Hightop to get 10% off. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Hightop. We'll see you.
You don't really gain any more yards after that because he makes you do almost. You have to almost fly over him to stop. So I like that effort from Douglas in the pursuit. You're the last guy, the last line of defense. So I like that.
And we talk about Douglas later on, having a great wrap-up tackle, which we do come back to. Now, this is where I start to get excited. Again, you get a little bit, when you slow it down, you get a little bit of the combination here, right? This is Caden Daniels. You got to think this is second, third team here, right? With the running back room. Jacoby Jackson seems to be the number 2 running back. So this could be 3-4 in a sense. You got George Gums coming off the edge. You got Tyreek Sapp behind him. But this here is George Gums just
George Gums, my man.
Laying it.
George Gums is a man child. As you see, Tyreek Sapp must have been some type of stunt, or maybe third down, like you said, because Sapp's coming off free. So if it's third down and then a single back and you try to do the read and Sapp's crashing down, that'll allow him to get his hand on the running back faster. Or if he did a stunt, he feels that in and he coming into the B gap, stunting in underneath. That'll allow him to get into the backfield that fast to where he could actually get a hand on this guy. But for Gums to be right there and he just crushes this guy. Wrapping up, hat placement, he folds him. Anybody else loses the ball, that's a cause fumble. You know what I mean? Hopefully that's what happens to some of the Miami guys when they try to come in there. But I love Gums wrapping up right here, being a man, making a big time tackle. I love it.
The one concern people are having is the right side of the offensive line. I can't confirm that looks like that is the right side of the offensive line. So I don't know.
But you take a look at this though. But if you go right back to the beginning, and it's a small pause. I like what I'm seeing right there. Stop.
Oh.
Right there. In that far right corner, you see who that is? That's Big Dez. That is Big Dez. And you got 2 linemen trying to block him, and he's not budging. So bad that you got 1 lineman facing the wrong direction.
That's Barber, I think.
Facing the wrong, so they had to double team Dez in this position. And Dez, being big as he is, he has a whole offensive lineman facing the wrong direction.
Right here?
Yeah. Because they trying to stay on the block with Big Dez, who's wedged in between those guys. And you know it's a double team because Barber plays center.
No, Barber plays left tackle.
I mean, he's left tackle. But he's pushed down. If you see Dez, he's on Dez, so you know they try to double team him with the guard.
Sure. With the guard, yeah. Let's go to the next clip, which we've got. This is the Sapp clip.
Yeah.
I put this clip the left side.
Yeah. Left and right. I put this. One thing about our defense, though, I know a lot of people talk about the blocking and stuff like that. We're scheming it up, and these guys, like you like to say, dialing it up. We dialing it up on defense, and we're doing a lot of movement. That's part of our scheme, and just knowing the coaching that we have now, those guys can expand that playbook a lot more. So on this play, you got to know that Sapp did a stunt move to get inside. Clearly, he beat his man here, getting across his face, and he's in the backfield. That's a tackle for a loss. Anytime you get a defender on the running back like that as soon as he get the ball is awesome from the defense. But that's just from pure doing the stunt and just Sap's body control coming under to make the play. He's not out of control, so that lets you know that his footwork and everything doing the stunt was perfect. He took the right steps. On here, it looked like he would have been slanting inside to the left, so I could tell clearly he stepped with his left foot first. He didn't cross over himself. Otherwise, you can't get up into the lane, the rushing lane. You take the wrong step, they'll just wash you down. You take the right step, you can come up in that rushing lane with power and be able to make that play on that running back and still be able to wrap him up.
When you're whiffing, we talked about before.
Yeah, when you're whiffing on tackles like that, it's start with technique. If you're not doing the right technique from the beginning of the play, that's when you get washed down and you're out of position. But when you can see his pad level like that in the backfield and he's under control and he has the chance to wrap up the running back, that lets you know that he did the right technique on that stunt. And that's what gives me problems, just looking at stuff like that.
Hey, real quick, Daniel Rivera says this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. So, Daniel, you say some dumb shit on here like 90% of the time, and I usually just let it slide, but this is probably the dumbest shit you probably said because this young man here played for the 2006 national championship team. So he played the spot at a high level, something that you're unaware of. So, again, I don't know what you're looking for in credentials, but that's usually a pretty good one to start off with, not to mention he's a coach now. So, yeah, no, I appreciate your thoughts, though, Daniel. It's okay to look stupid every now and then, but all the time it starts to get a little exhausting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of smart, dumb people in the world.
Yeah, there is. There is. All right, what we got here? This is the...
Yeah, it's another play with Gomes here. He's playing over the tight end. So his gap, just him being able to shed the tackle. You got Livingston on him. He's able to close off his gap and still get outside and help Bridges make the tackle. Just showing Gomes being versatile. You can see him extending his arm to shed the play to get outside to help Bridges make the play. You know he's helping somebody because you got two people in one gap. You never should have two people that clear the gap. Obviously, Bridges is coming down in the box. And I like this. It just goes to show more about the defensive scheme and what they're thinking about doing. Seeing Bridges in the box around the line of scrimmage, tackling the running back one-on-one, that lets you know that he's going to be playing more in the box for us. He's going to be that bigger defensive back. Say we go on the 4-2-5, he'll be that defensive back that'll come down in the box and help us like a linebacker. So that's just more evidence of it. Seeing him close to the line right here, making the play. And then because you got Gomes on the tight end, so it lets you know the box is right here. So
yeah, Livingston is we were looking
for the guy who don't know football, trying to explain it to you.
I appreciate it. Livingston is he's a junior, but he's a redshirt sophomore. So he's again obviously on that lower total pole with Boardingham and Hansen, guys like that. So